Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We're here in the Bad Luck Tavern, having just went on a little talking spree with all of our companions and the Inheritor. And ready to continue to explore the slums, the lower city of Lucianira. We've got Socio with us because I do know that Trevor is down here somewhere. The flow of lava rushing through Lucianira to the ocean originates from somewhere at the very top of the city. Now I don't know if Trevor is, like his quest
Something over there.
is going to be right at the beginning, but... Something over where? Way up here? Yep, trap. Okay. We also have the dimension doors we can use to get some places.
Huh? What's that?
What is what? You spotted something on this side. Aha! Grab this loot. Good. Are we buffed? Doesn't look like it. Always keep ourselves buffed. Now, I think there was some, you have a new buff to add. Mind blank. Add to all. Yep. So we now have mind blank as well that we can add. Belt of demonic shadow just went crazy. Everybody's got mind blank now. We got a shadow demon with us too. The only downside is that it does use up all of their spells. A group of dirty beggars in tattered clothes have gathered around a handsome young man with messy, dark hair. The crowd is clearly hostile, but he doesn't seem to notice. He gives the beggars a charming smile, completely oblivious to the sharp shivs glinting in their hands. Jailcott. The young man has a gloved puppet on his hand. A dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises it up and begins to ventriloquize in a surprisingly deep voice. Hey, you lousy parasites. Who's in charge here? The young man lowers his puppet and beams cheerfully. He addresses the crowd normally in a warm, friendly voice. I would like to invite your leader to a romantic dinner with candles. I'll pay for everything, of course. Watch out, they may cut your throat. A date with one of them? He must really be desperate. Do not interfere. The beggars whisper among themselves. You manage to catch a few snippets of their conversation. He's crazy. Leave him be. And what if he bites you? Before the crowd disperses, the young man jots something down in his notebook. I don't remember what that's about.
Move out.
A sturdy door locked and covered with frightening carved pictures. I remember you guys. The Midnight Isles, the abyssal realm of Nocticula, can be found in Ishiar, the great ocean of the abyss. Hi, Zara. The demon, gazing intently at the ocean, notices you. She speaks with respectful indifference. I've heard about you, guest of Our Lady in Shadow. You are new to the abyss, no? Have you come to behold Ishiar? It is mesmerizing, is it not? A boy of about 12 stands next to her. The boy examines his wrists, which are covered in strange round scars that look like they may have come from suction cups. His inflamed skin, burning eyes, and general appearance suggest that demon blood runs through his vein. He lifts his gaze and gives you a long, sad look. Who are you? I am Zara the Grim, the most skillful explorer of the dark depths of Ishiar. Know that I'm a loyal subject of Our Lady in Shadow. Has Nocticula sent you with a message, Honored One? Or do you simply wish to see Ishiar? What are you doing? I'm listening to the ocean, and waiting for this worthless whelp to recover enough strength to plunge back into Ishiar's depths. What a shame that I cannot walk its paths myself. How ironic that the most coveted mysteries are revealed to the most pitiful of creatures, mortals. Who's the boy? The demon gives an arrogant snort. Zorgus is my son, the best of my offspring. He is helpful and obedient, which is the only reason I considered or I condescend to take care of this wretched creature. You right, kid? The boy flinches as you speak to him. He looks at you with amazement, perhaps even fear. Then his eyes dart to the demon. Mother, may I speak to him? She ignores her son and speaks to you, her tone cold and hostile now. Don't do that. Don't talk to him. Out of respect for Our Lady in Shadow, I'm asking politely. But still, don't. What are you doing to your son? Tell me the truth. I'd rather be silent. I keep my secrets so no one can claim the fruits of my labor as their own. As a token of my gratitude, however, I will share something for you to pass on to your mistress. A single word. Qlipoths. Mother tells me to dive deep, to places where moonlight never reaches. Down there, The boy stops, his words drowned out by the demon's angry hissing. Sorry, Mother. I won't say any more. Champion, how could we allow this child to remain in the hands of this cruel creature? Normally, I would say we have no right to deprive a child of their parents' love, but these creatures do not know love. How could a mother be so cruel to her child? I don't think Manorak cares. What would you want for yourselves, Orcus? What would I want? In the depths, nobody knows this word, want. And I wasn't taught it on the surface either. I know how to obey, dive, be quiet, but I don't know how to want. What can I want? Zara doesn't waste words on useless threats. She pulls herself up and shows her teeth, making clear she will no longer tolerate you speaking to her child. Do as you please with him. Why should I interfere? Indeed. Why should you care about his miserable life? Truth be told, I don't either. The moment he ceases to be useful, I'll discard him. Or kill him. Your prudence will be rewarded. This talkative brat, the demon gives the boy a menacing glare, often returns with curiosities gifted to him by Ishiar on his travels. I studied them to better understand the ocean. Perhaps some of them would be of interest to you. I'm willing to part with them as a sign of goodwill. Our mission calls us on, yet I regret that you chose not to intervene. What draws you to Ishiar? The unknowability of it. It is said everything is possible in the Abyss, but we demons receive only the most trivial and vulgar part of it. Flying islands, storms of living fire, awakening tombs, and songs that can steal the minds of those who sleep. The true wonders, the greatest paradoxes, and the mysteries that should not exist are hidden in these waters. They lie so deep that even Dagon's servants dare not descend into that darkness. It is the domain of Qlipoths, where common sense is a lie, and abstractions are more substantial and solid than matter. Show me what you got. Realm Protector, heavy armor full plate. This +4 full plate grants its wearer additional stacking damage reduction 2 for each dead outsider in a 30-foot area. Interesting, that sounds cool. The Rotten Dissector. Whenever the wielder of this +4 corrosive burst scythe lands a first hit against a new enemy, the enemy suffers a condition which causes them to take damage while making their own attacks. The enemy under this condition suffers 2d6 acid damage on a successful hit and 66 acid damage if the hit was critical, and lasts for 4 rounds. I gotta admit, that's a really cool sounding scythe. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have claw attacks, I'd probably go with the scythe build, because they got good crit too. Look at that, ×4 crit. Obviously, we can get that down with critical focus and stuff, but that'd be really cool. Rolling Thunder, this is her most expensive weapon. Whenever the wielder of this +5 thundering heavy crossbow makes a ranged attack with it, the crossbow creates a sonic wave in a 5-foot radius around the target. All enemies caught in the wave suffer 46 sonic damage, or half of that. Wow. That's not even saying a hit. Whenever the wielder makes an attack with it. So that's guaranteed damage? Am I reading that correctly? That's crazy. I mean, 46 isn't like, you know, insane. I mean, it can be. That's actually really good. I don't think any of my companions use crossbows at the moment, but I guess Nenio does, or could. Nenio, do you use heavy crossbows? Can you? She can. I mean, would that be better than her cantrips, though? Is it worth 100,000 gold as well? Maybe. Reckless Vengeance. The wearer of this amulet suffers a -4 penalty to AC whenever an ally in a 30-foot radius is knocked unconscious or dead. They get 2 extra attacks per round for 2 rounds. Barrel Raider. Whenever the wielder does +5 Cruel Long Spear lands a killing blow while mounted, their mount receives a +3 competence bonus on attack and damage rolls for 3 rounds. I would have loved to make a like a Lance Cavalier character. This sounds so cool, especially with long spears, because they do like more damage when you charge and everything on a mount. Really cool stuff. Yeah, I think Rolling Thunder is the only thing I'd want to buy from you. I got some things I can sell you to make, to, you know, knock some money off that. There you go. Really, I don't think I need most of this stuff, do I? Is that a +2? I don't need +2. That's Abrasive Archery, don't need that. That's 60,000, so I'll get it for 40k. I think that's worth it for 40k. Yeah. Pleasure doing business with you. And we'll give it to you. We could always put it as your secondary weapon. What does it look like? Holy crap, it's huge. Yeah, we could try it out. Test them. What does this one do again? Saving throws. And spell resistance. That's actually... that's a really good staff for her. But I'm interested in checking it out. Can we go over here? Well, this comes up now. So yeah, we can get down here. Oh, okay, so there was a way, a world where I could have made it all the way up. Okay. Oh, what's this? Trickery.
I hope you appreciate this.
She succeeded to the Rotten Cuttery. What is this place?
What a discovery!
Another door. What is going on here?
I see something over there.
Let's find on that trap.
I am helpful, am I not?
Got another trap there.
Please, be careful.
And a locked chest. Disarm that, Camellia.
I am helpful, am I not?
Apprentice... No, Feral Charge was the item. If the wielder of this +4 speed composite shortbow has an animal companion or a similar creature, it is affected by a constant haste spell effect. Holy crap. That'd be a pretty good bow. Short bow for a ranger. Like, I know short bows aren't, like, the best for ranged attacks, but... Demon Slayer Soup? Oh, I've got 2 of them. No! I spent money on one of them. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure there's something else here later on. Like, I feel like I remember coming to this place, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. I think we are just about done with this area. So I think we want to move...
I see something over there.
What? Is that... Oh, there's 2 traps up there. Yeah, yeah. So I think we're going to go up to the 3rd level. And I know there's things on, like, the roofs that I haven't gotten to. I don't... About to figure out the best way to get there. I'm sure I have somebody who can... Maybe Woljif will be a good one to have to go there. That goes up to the main level. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Let's see what we've got over here. Okay, here's the Battle Bliss.
Head on.
Okay, that's how we get in. Anything over here? Intoxicated Demon's Leader. That's some heady dope and no mistake. I feel like I could rip the heads off of anyone. Hey, you outsider, how about I rip your head off?
I'll tear your throat out.
Alrighty. Good miss. I mean, they're in such a great spot for this, so I might as well hit him with that. Some good damage there. We probably want to take him down. Oh god, I haven't used you in forever.
Be gone, fiend.
Finish him off. Ow. It's really unfortunate that they're all targeting him. Where's this person at? Okay. Can we put him to sleep? Nice. Okay, you're gonna target them. Nice. Perfect.
Out of my sight.
Gets rid of them.
I'll cut you wide open.
Good. Saucy will come on up. You got heals, right? Major healing. Here you go, buddy. Coming up. Everybody just gather around. You can just...
Hear you crawl.
There we go. That's what they get for attacking me. Composite. Ooh, identifies Deadeye. Whenever the wielder of this +4 axiomatic composite longbow lands the first hit in a round against an enemy more than 30 feet away, they suffer AC or penalties. That has potential to be useful. I just take it all. Are you equipped correctly, by the way? Like, obviously you got Soul Shear. By your armor. Yeah, your armor's fine. You've got +4 strength belt. Yeah, that's good. Mental form, that's good. We don't have any gloves or boots to give you. Or any goggles, so yeah, you're good. Okay. What do we got here?
Done.
The signs on the wall indicate that a drug merchant can be found here. In the Abyss, there are many poisons that can plunge mortals and even demons into nightmares. Sounds lovely.
Rules are
Anything
made
new?
to be broken.
You got a regular healing thing here too, right? And don't you have one too? Can I benefit from 2 different ones? I can. Perfect. Alright.
I lead. You follow.
Is there anything over here that changes? I don't think so. Alright, let's go into Battle Bliss. And of course, we've been here before on our tour of the hot spots. We've been to Battle Bliss and the Palace and the Brothel. Those are the places we've been so far. Alrighty. Oh, that's Jayakot. A handsome young man with tousled black hair strolls casually toward the demon surgeon. Oh, master of stitches, artist of the scalpel, ingenious of the surgical profession. Tell me, is your heart free? The young man has a gloved puppet on his hand. a dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises it up and begins to ventriloquize loudly. His voice is surprisingly deep. Also, do you have an hour of free time tonight? How about a romantic dinner? Hey, be careful. He'll dissect you in a heartbeat. You won't have any organs left by the time he's done with you. Are you trying to flirt with him? Watch in silence. No, I would not say that my heart is free. Right now it contains 3 copper rods, 200 grams of enchanted quicksilver, and a fair dose of lamia liver extract. He pauses and gives the young man an appraising glance. But I could give you an hour or 2 of my time for something other than dinner. Has anyone ever told you that you have beautiful, smooth skin? I happen to be in need of some. The young man deftly steps aside to avoid the demon's outstretched claws. He jots something down in his notebook and walks away. Fascinating. Fascinating. Look, it's Minago. Alright, Zeklix. A stern but tired-looking tiefling observes you politely. His clothes look expensive but tasteful. He's carrying a large bag, and every once in a while it moves and twitches as if something is inside. Welcome to the Battle Bliss Arena. My name is Zeklax. I'm the arena steward. Ermengalith is the master of the arena, but I help him manage its affairs. Wait, I remember you. You've already performed in the arena. You've made your debut. Did you come here hoping to face a more challenging opponent, or are you simply here to spectate the fights? The tiefling has a surprisingly open and honest face. After all these demons, he looks strangely normal. The tiefling looks you up and down with the calm professionalism of a person doing an unpleasant job with diligence. Judging by the look of you, you belong to the category of lightweight, highly mobile fighters. You remind me of Atsum. She's one of the arena's stars, a skilled assassin, agile and sneaky. The audience thinks in patterns, so if you want to build a successful gladiatorial career, sooner or later you'll have to fight Atsum and challenge her superiority. If you're interested in that, of course. Ermengalith? I remember a demon called Ermengalith. He was a vile, cunning murderer. He had a way with words that was just as deadly as his skill in battle. There's a rustling sound from within the tiefling's bag, and an imp peeks his head out to look at you. His large, drooping ears, and stares at you with huge, unblinking eyes. Then, as if suddenly shy, he darts back into the bag and vanishes from sight. I want all of Illusioneer to know my name. I want you to arrange a match for me against the strongest gladiators. Can I talk to Ermengalith? The imp pokes his head back out of the bag in surprise. You seem to have aroused his curiosity. His sad, drooping ears perk up with excitement, and he stares at you with his big, round eyes. You wish to speak with Ermengalith? I'm afraid that's impossible. Ermengalith never communicates with anyone except his most trusted aides, and Gelderfang is under strict orders to kill anyone who tries to talk to his master without permission. Ermengalith believes that minimizes his contact with the outside world, and this will make the audience in the arena want him even more. When the leader of the Assassin's Guild acted as your chaperone, Ermengalith knew that you were favored by Our Lady in Shadow. You were under her protection, and he had to treat you with respect. But you no longer have Yaz by your side. The arena master will assume that Nocticula has lost interest in you. Trust me, he'll try to exploit this new vulnerability the next time he sees you. Tell me more about you. The tiefling smiles wryly and addresses the imp in his bag. You see, Crow? This is why we've worked so hard to climb the ranks. We wanted to be important, and now look. This stranger wants to know all about us. I guess that means we're finally a big deal. Who are you? I'm the arena steward. My position is prestigious, but my success is hard-earned. My life has not always been easy. I grew up on the streets of Illusionera. I was a street urchin, an orphan. I'm the result of an act of violence committed against a helpless slave woman. I've always been weak. I've always been surrounded by those who are bigger and stronger than me. All my life, I've had to rely on my wits to survive. Out on the streets, I scrounged around for food and tried to avoid becoming anyone else's snack. Fortunately, I had someone to look out for me. Tiefling takes a small piece of dried meat and holds it close to the bag. Quick as a flash, a scrawny paw darts from the bag and snatches up the treat. Crow has been my companion for a long time. He is also my partner in business. Together we saved up our money, one coin at a time. We made allies and sought opportunities for advancement. We worked hard to climb the ranks of society. In the beginning, our goals were simple. Never starve again. Never live in poverty again. And never fear for our lives again. Trust me, Those goals aren't easy to accomplish here in the Abyss. You have to be very influential in this city to achieve any of those things, but we've managed to make our goals a reality. In fact, we've been doing quite well for ourselves here in Elutionira. What's your role here? Herman Galleth is an artist, not a clerk. That's why I have so many responsibilities. I search for new fighters. I make the fight charts and arrange the fights so that the opponents are evenly matched. And of course, I organize all of the matches. Unfortunately, my master has a habit of interfering with my work. He's been very involved lately, and as a result, the fights have been terrible. The combat turns into meaningless carnage, there's no skill, no strategy involved, and of course no one wants to place bets on fights like that. Everyone already knows who's going to win. They aren't even fights anymore, they're just public executions. That's also a form of entertainment, of course, but it's not what our audience wants. You don't look like you belong in the Abyss. I just need a sip of water. The imp peeks out of the bag, and the tiefling grins as he pats his companion's tiny little head. That's because I like to stay organized. When I was growing up, I made mental lists of all my possessions, my money, my enemies and allies, my schedule, and my goals. I was weaker than anyone else, and these mental calculations helped me to survive. It was the only advantage I had, the only way that I could gain the upper hand, and keeping lists became a habit. I found that it disciplines the mind and keeps my thoughts organized. I'm an accountant by nature, and my ability to bring order to a place where chaos reigns has turned out to be a profitable skill. Who is the imp? The tiefling smiles as a little creature peeks curiously out of the bag. It has big drooping ears, a small round face, and big round eyes that gaze at you curiously. This is Crow. He's my business partner. He also happens to be my familiar. I have no idea how he wound up in the Abyss, but he's not had an easy time of it either. If our paths hadn't crossed, we'd both be dead by now. He's probably the only one I trust. The imp fidgets beneath your gaze and finally darts back into the bag to hide. It is odd to see an imp, an infernal creature, here in the Abyss. The fundamentally chaotic energy of this place must be repugnant to a creature born on the plane of order and evil. Your imp is an infernal creature. How does he manage to survive here? Zeklex looks at you with respect. It's nice to meet a person who knows the difference between an imp and a quasit. Yes, Crow is a devil, though a lesser one. I have no idea how he ended up here, but at the time we met, he was extremely unwell. Staying in the Abyss is not much easier for him than staying underwater would be for a mortal. So that's how I spent the first real money I managed to earn here. On this fine, stolen-to-order bag. It had magic symbols sewn inside it that makes it interior bearable for Crow. No more questions. Glad I could satisfy your curiosity. Tell me more about the Battle Bliss. What would you like to know? The arena's operations are simple. It functions like a pyramid. The spectators are at the lowest level. Regular gladiators are on the next tier, followed by the members of the Nahindrian League. The champion towers above them all, and the master of the arena stands on his shoulders like an omnipotent god. Tell me more about what happens in the arena. It's a gladiatorial arena. You must understand, fights are a big deal in Elutionira. They are the city's primary source of gossip and entertainment, but they are much more than that. These gladiatorial matches serve as a kind of ritual, a daily offering to the demonic way of life. These daily offerings, these rituals, are performed in the Battle Bliss. In a way, it's more of a temple than an arena. The arena is the only reason the city is still standing. Without the Battle Bliss, the demons would have brought Elutionira to ruins long ago. But instead of tearing down the city with their rage and their desire for slaughter, they come here to quench their thirst for blood. You see, the arena gives them a sort of release. It allows them to satiate their lust for violence. Who runs it? His name is Ermengareth. He's a Cambion. He was born in the Abyss as the offsprings of an incubus and a mortal woman. Incubi are naturally persuasive, and Ermengareth's father was especially skilled at using his words to manipulate and control. Well, his son inherited his silver tongue. His ability to influence a crowd is unmatched. With just the sound of his voice, he can instantly instigate a riot, or make a screaming group of demons fall silent and listen to his every word. When he warms up the audience, the spectators are ready to jump into the arena and fight the gladiators themselves. Who's the strongest fighter here? The champion's title is currently held by an incubus named Gelderfang. He is the deadliest of Ermengaleth's fighters, and serves as his bodyguard. He is a true artist of death and destruction. Of course, there are other fighters in the Abyss, who are more dangerous, but no one can kill like he does. He makes every death exquisite, and prolongs the agony and suffering of his opponents. He can transform any fight into a spectacular show. He turns combat into a performance, and knows how to create a dramatic spectacle out of the most mundane match. There are only two things Gelderfang wants in life: pleasure and murder. They are his obsessions. He feeds that obsession every time he steps into the arena. After all, everyone in Lucianira knows his name, and the audience yells it at the top of their lungs every time he kills one of his rivals. What is the Nahindrian League? It's an odd name, I admit, but it's in keeping with the latest trend. Nahindrian is a very popular word in Lucianira these days. The Nahindrian League is led by the arena's current champion, Gelderfang, and only the very best gladiators can become members. The fighters of the league belong to Ermengaleth, but not all of them are demons. Lucianira serves as a crossroads between multiple worlds, and fighters come from many different planes to perform in the arena. I've heard of a Nahindrian crystals. Do you get them if you're a member of the league? Zeklex gives you a faint smile. They'd like you to believe that, but no. The members of the Nahindrian League are no different than the Nahindrian booze vendors in the tavern, or the Nahindrian whip supplier at the flesh market. None of them actually have access to the crystals. I've heard that Nahindrian crystals contain immense power. Gelderfang would love to have one, and there are rumors that Ermengaleth promised him a crystal in exchange for his services as a bodyguard. Of course, it wouldn't surprise me to find out that Ermengaleth was lying. I'm not sure even he knows how to get his hands on a Nahindrian crystal. I understand. I want all of Lucianira to know my name. I want you to arrange matches for me against your strongest gladiator. The tiefling falls silent. He looks at you, or he looks as though he is calculating something in his head. Finally, he responds. If that is truly your goal, you will have to defeat the current champion. If you kill Gelderfang, your name will be on everyone's lips. But you'll have to prove yourself if you want to face the champion. A fight with Gelderfang is a big deal here in Lucianira, and only members of the Nahindrian League, the elite gladiators of the Battle Bliss, are considered worthy opponents. Killing others just to entertain spectators? These creatures of the Abyss, sow death and destruction in such careless, casual manner. But it is extremely difficult to join the League. You have to slay an active member and take their place, so if you wish to fight the champion, you will have to spend a lot of time in the arena. However, if you would like, I can arrange a fight between you and another newcomer. If you can prove yourself in battle, I will be able to find a match against a more reputable opponent. The tiefling's disrespect evokes something within you. The dark, gruesome beast begins to stir. It reaches into your mind and roars out a single demand. I want his blood. The arena steward does not seem to realize his mistake. He looks at you calmly, unaware of the storm that is brewing within your soul. But I've already fought in the arena, isn't that enough? I've killed hundreds of demons. Why should I have to prove myself to anyone? Very well, I'll prove myself. I'll fight another newcomer. I have no time for inconsequential nobodies. I either fight the champion or I don't fight at all. Unleash your rage against this insolent steward. The steward must have recognized something in your eyes because his expression changes swiftly. The quick-witted tiefling falls to his knees before you can unleash your anger against him. He clutches his bag protectively, causing a loud squeal from within, and lowers his eyes to the floor as he hastily apologizes. I beg your pardon. I didn't know who you were. This will never happen again. I humbly beg for your forgiveness and promise to do everything within my power to arrange your fight with Gelderfang. Unfortunately, Ermengaleth will never agree. Once he realizes how strong you are, he'll never risk his champion against you in a fight. The tiefling cautiously gets to his feet. He watches you warily to make sure you won't immediately execute him on the spot. Then he bows his head respectfully. But I can help. Help me overthrow Ermengaleth, and you can have the champion's head. Zeklex lowers his voice conspiratorially. I want to overthrow Ermengaleth and take over the Battle Bliss. Ermengaleth is terrible at his job, and he's standing in the way of my ambitions. There's no denying that he's a genius. No one can get the crowd excited like he can, but his management of the arena could not be worse. The fights have turned into a bloody circus. The opponents are never evenly matched. The crowds are losing interest, and the passion of the audience is fading away. I want to change all of that. But killing Ermengaleth won't be easy. He is protected by Gelderfang. the current champion of the arena. Since his last incident, Ermengareth has kept Gelderfang close by his side. He is only vulnerable when the champion fights in the arena, but that doesn't happen very often. After all, a fight for the champion title is a very rare and prestigious event. But I'll offer you a deal. You help me, and I'll help you. I'll arrange a fight between you and the champion. I won't be able to make it happen right away, of course, but I'll make sure you get your chance. Together, we'll vanquish our enemies. I'll take control of the arena, and you will become the champion. You have the title and all the glory that goes with it. Do you have a deal? The tiefling looks at you in the eye and extends a hand to you. I don't think we like Ermengareth, right? We had a pretty poor impression of him when we met him. Alright, so I'm gonna take this deal. Shake the hand. Excellent. I need a strong ally. After we topple Ermengareth, I'll have control of the Battle Bliss, and you'll have the glory you seek. Alright, I'm ready. You're in luck. For the past couple days, Ermengareth has been obsessed with recruiting new talent. He wants to introduce a promising new fighter into the arena. I think you could play the part perfectly. Ermengareth may even give you a chance to earn a place in the Hindrian League. However, if you do not become a candidate for membership, be careful. You'll likely be matched up against a very dangerous opponent. Who is my opponent? The tiefling looks questioningly at the imp, who is peeking up out of the bag. The imp shrugs and waves his hand dismissively before disappearing again. Some nameless newcomer. Will it be a fight to the death? Of course. Every fight must end in the death of a gladiator. It's the most important part of the show. Many of our spectators come here just to watch the gladiators finish off their fallen opponents. You want to see spectacular death scenes and cunning coups de grace? Of course, some fighters survive the ordeal and can be pieced back together, but the tiefling gives you an appraising glance. I wouldn't bet on it if I were you. I'm ready. I wish you good luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet kiss. Better still, slay all of your opponents and return alive and victorious. Oh, my whole crew gets to come? That's a bit unfair. This fighter is a nobody from nowhere, but if he survives, you'll all worship the ground he walks on. Today we have the dubious honor of welcoming to the arena Manarak of Galarian. Let's see what moniker he earns for himself if he lives that long. And who will stand against him? Well, they may be small, but they are far from harmless. If you underestimate them, they'll bite your family jewels off. An outsized amount of spite wrapped up in a tiny, ugly package. It's Smugmug's wild gang of Mephits. Oh, I didn't even see them there. I'll bite your nose off, you Galarian scum. I'm the wild and terrible Smugmug. Tremble before me. We will soon know which of these two titans will emerge victorious. Fighters, commence battle. Alrighty. Looks like we've already got haste going. So we can go ahead and do... I can't reach any of them. Damn. Damn. I'm pretty sure we were already blessed, so that was a waste. And these guys are... fire methods, so we probably want to go with earth blasts. They're gone. Oh man, it would have been great if I could have just stepped up here. Can I get all of them? I can get a good deal of them. That works. Alright, we don't have Grey Boar. This is the best we can... Is this the best you have to offer? Just kill him. Didn't even need the buff. We have a winner! All hail our glorious fighter. He emerges triumphant in this dangerous, violent conflict. He decorated the arena with Mephit guts. Give it up for Menarak, the Mephit Slayer. Hey, who knows? Maybe someday he'll get a chance to fight against a member of the Nahindrian League. Once they start accepting Mephits into their ranks. Ah ha 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 ha. Alright, I gotta walk back myself. Okay. Talk to you for a minute. A demon in a blood-spattered apron fussily shoves a few foul-looking chunks of flesh into his apron pockets. His fingers are fitted with horrible steel claws, and you hear the unpleasant sound of metal on metal as he slides them against one another like scissors. He looks up at you and with an insane grin, and his voice makes your skin crawl. Are you one of the gladiators? Do you need a healer? Or are you here because you want to become more powerful? The demon looks at Windowog with interest. Who created you? How many animals were killed to make you? Your mutations are extremely attractive, and your body radiates strength. Reaches out a hand towards Windowog. Windowog's voice is soft, almost sultry. Touch me, and I'll tear your hands off with my teeth. So please, go ahead. Give me a reason. Who are you? I am the most important person in the Battle Bliss. I am a healer, or as they call me, a stitcher. They drag those poor, bleeding fools from the arena so I can stitch them back together piece by piece. And I do mean that quite literally, since most of them are in pieces by the time they get to me. At first, I simply reattached the severed limbs of wounded fighters. Now, however, my methods are far more interesting. Someone from Nocticula's inner circle taught me the secret of grafting flesh. By combining the flesh of different gladiators, I create the strongest, craftiest, most talented fighters. Oh yes, in these chambers, invincible gladiators are born. I am so close to achieving perfection. Soon my methods will produce better results than the Nahindrian crystals. Ah, I do believe I may have a new theory about the origin of mongrels. The cleric wrinkles his nose in disgust. He seems offended. This is not healing. It's some heinous mockery of it. A healer should restore a body to its natural and healthy state instead of turning it into something disgusting. Nahindrian crystals? Did somebody say Nahindrian crystals? Nahindrian crystals are something of a legend here in Elutionera. Almost no one knows what they actually are, or how to get their hands on them. It all started with a few demons here in the city. These demons suddenly became very powerful in a very short period of time. Their transformation happened almost overnight. According to the rumors, these demons received their incredible powers from the Nahindrian crystals. Now all of Elutionera is crazy for these things. They're all anyone can talk about these days, and all the merchants know. And all the merchants know that if you call your goods Nahindrian, you can easily double the initial price of your wares. I could use the help of a healer. The demon dismisses you with a wave of his hand. I don't bother with regular wounds. They are not worthy of my craft. Just drink a potion and you'll be fine. Okay, you don't have anything I want. Can you make me stronger? The healer looks at you eagerly. You hear the shrill screech of metal against metal as he rubs his steel claws together excitedly. Ah, for 30,000 gold, I'll stitch you up into something better. Much, much better. I beg you to reconsider. The power he promises is tainted by corruption. Windowog bites her lips in thought. So, you just have to kill a demon and stitch pieces of the corpse onto your body? That's all it takes to get the power of a demon? I never thought that obtaining power could be so simple. Mr. Mad Scientist, sir, let me offer myself up as a subject for your experimentation. Feel free to carve me up and stitch me back together as you see fit. Please don't do this. Do not let him defile your beauty and corrupt your pure soul. Oh, please. There's no need to fret. It's not as though she's in any danger of ruining her good looks. She can't possibly get any uglier than she is right now. Damn. The demon sizes Nini up and nods approvingly. You'll do nicely. The price is still the same, 30,000 gold. But we'll talk about that later. Let's get started. The healer's eyes light up with sinister enthusiasm. He looks you over carefully and then exclaims eagerly, "This will be magnificent. It will be a brilliant operation, a splendid surgery. Oh, just wait until I cut you up and stitch you back together. You'll be my masterpiece." Yeah, if you fuck it up, I'll kill you, by the way. I trust your expertise. The healer gives you a mad, sinister grin. You're wise to put your trust in a real artist. Now, it's time for you to scream. Just don't be too loud. It can be distracting when I'm trying to work. Sparks fly and you hear the screech of metal against metal as he rubs his steel claws together in anticipation. How bad it's gonna be? Demon Graft. Demonic augmented organs grant the wearer +2 natural armor to AC. +2 to checks made to overcome spell resistance, concentration checks, DC, attack and damage rolls, and all saving throws. However, whenever your HP falls below 20%, you enter a frenzy and attack the nearest creature until you die or combat ends. Oh my. 20% is kind of high. Hey. Make Ninio stronger. The demon's face is splattered with blood, but he's grinning from ear to ear. I can't believe it. You're actually alive. I have to admit, you had me worried. I was afraid I'd just wasted a bunch of valuable organs on a failed experiment. Luckily, though, you came through just fine, and everything is healed up nicely. Just wait until you step into the arena. The crowd will love this new and improved version of you. Can you make me even stronger? Examines you doubtfully and then sighs. He sounds disappointed. I certainly could, but your body is too fragile to survive the necessary operations. People from your world are not as sturdy as demons. It is likely that your body would fall apart if I tried to stitch anything to you. Of course, you wouldn't be dead, exactly. I'd repurpose whatever was left of you, and pieces of your body would live on, attached to the flesh of others. However, I doubt that's what you have in mind. Make Ninio stronger. Please follow me. You will drown in an ocean of pain, but you will emerge from it renewed. The other flexes his steel-clawed fingers. To your surprise, the surgery takes place in complete silence. When Ninio returns, she looks distant and emotionless. How do you feel? Fine, I think. She raises her dull eyes to you. When the mad scientist's claws cut into me, I blocked out the pain. Actually, I forgot the pain even existed. If I'm completely honest, I even forgot what I was part of. That I was part of an experiment. Such an awkward situation. Maybe I should do it again? Oh no, that's enough for you. Your body's already bears the mark of my genius. The demon turns to you with a smirk. I've already painted on this canvas. Don't tell me I just wasted 30,000 gold on a failed experiment. Science requires sacrifice. When something results in failure, it often leads to progress and prosperity in the end. Her voice is missing its usual confidence. Hope it was worth the cost. She nods, but then she shrugs uncertainly. I presume it was. It's hard to say for sure, because I don't remember anything. Still, I hope that in the near future, I will observe the effects of this surgical intervention so that I can write about it in my encyclopedia. I would be disappointed if the experiment failed due to the forgetfulness of its subject. Okay, she's got it too. Is it the same thing? Yeah. Alright, we're both demon grafted. Nice. How can I be of assistance? Is this your idea of a joke? Were you trying to humiliate me? Why'd you put me up against such a ridiculous opponent? Your conversation is interrupted by an eccentric-looking demon with suspiciously bright eyes. Judging from the slur of his words, he is under the influence of some kind of mind-altering substance. Ha! Look at that! That's the Mephit Slayer! Train hard, boy, and maybe someday you'll be strong enough to fight a real Dretch. Zeklex frowns in irritation. With astonishing speed, he produces a dagger from his sleeve and cuts the demon's throat in one swift, clean movement. The insolent demon gurgles, staring at the tiefling in surprise. He slowly sinks to the floor beneath the contemptuous gaze of his killer. The tiefling cleans his blade with what is quite possibly the only handkerchief in the abyss. His face is pale and he looks slightly sick as he glances at the corpse. What a brute, he mutters quietly to himself. Then he turns to you. Please, listen to me before you draw your weapon. This was an outrage, yes, but it wasn't my idea. This was done on Ermengareth's orders. He came up with a brilliant idea to match you up against a Mephit. He thought the crowds would find it funny. I couldn't stop him, but I assure you this will never happen again. Quick as a flash, Zeklex produces a gold coin from his bag and places it into your hand. Here, this is for you. From now on, you can freely use the transportation arch that is located near the Battle Bliss. This is one of the privileges afforded to the arena's gladiators. He lowers his voice and says placatingly. Please, don't confront him yet. I promise you. You will have a chance to make that scumbag pay for what he's done to you. I demand a proper fight. Closes the bag hastily to prevent the imp's agitated efforts to escape. And I promise that I will arrange a proper fight for you. But first, I need you to do me a favor. The Flayer twins are merely a stepping stone on your path to Gilderfang. It is your fight with them that worries me. Oh, with him that worries me. But I have thought of something that might help you in your encounter with the champion. However, for my idea to work, I need you to go to the flesh markets and buy a group of gladiator slaves. Now, when I say slaves, I don't mean seasoned veterans. I mean an assortment of rabble and riffraff. This is important, because my spy will need to infiltrate their ranks without drawing attention. So I need to buy these gladiators at the flesh markets. Is there anything else I should know? There are a lot of slavers at the flesh markets. Ermengareth usually buys fighters from Zarvakis, or Werlog, but you may find other suppliers. Very well. Excellent. If you do this favor for me, you can count on my gratitude in return. Can I change my title? There's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. The crowd loves it, and that is all that matters to Ermengareth. You'll remain the Mifet Slayer as long as the audience finds it amusing. I'm ready. I'm afraid you will have to wait until I can find you a worthy opponent. However, you could use this time to assist me in the matter we spoke of earlier. Now, would be the perfect opportunity for you to do what I asked. Okay. So no mention of Trevor. I don't think we can just go walk and find him. Not yet, anyway. Okay. Man, there's a lot of talking here. Checking the time real quick. Okay. So for the most part, I think we've got this place explored except for the rooftops, which we'll do on our own time. Let's go ahead and head to the next level. To the middle section.
What's that?
What's what? Oh, a trap way up there? Yeah, we're gonna have to find out how to get up there. Easily. Bad Luck Tavern. Like how we can just walk through. What if we can get all the way up to the upper city? Because I'm pretty sure we had to like... Didn't we have to like do something to get access to the next level? As Baron? Like, I know we could climb up. Yeah, we already know this. Thank you. Alright. Mudasafin. This demon looks frail and sickly, especially in comparison to the mighty entourage that surrounds him. His voice sounds dull and tired, but his demeanor is calm and self-assured. He clearly believes himself to be in full control of the situation. Immortal with mythic abilities. How fortunate that you have made your way to the Abyss. Moreover, you have come to Lucianira, which makes things even more convenient for me. Yes, what a stroke of luck. You see, I need you to be my test subject. Who are you? The demon remains silent for a moment. Either he is hesitant to reveal his name, or he simply enjoys prolonging the suspense. I am Mudasafin. I am, at present, Habsa Mariah's most trusted alchemist. I am on an urgent mission for her. Perhaps you can even guess what it is. Xanther Vong was working on something similar in your world wound. Of course, it was a mistake to entrust such a work to someone who wasn't a demon. He didn't fully appreciate the honor he had been given. No wonder his enhanced demons couldn't protect him, but it doesn't matter. I am superior to him in all respects, and I can keep better pets. Greetings, fellow scientist. May I ask, what is your speciality? What experiments do you undertake at work and in your spare time? Would you like to conduct a joint experiment with me? Piss off. Damn, rude. Surely it's dangerous for such a valued scientist to stroll around in Lucianira, ambushing enemies. but Asafin's voice remains flat and indifferent. Believe it or not, I am in absolutely no danger. You need me to be what? Something to study, take apart, test. For the first time you hear enthusiasm in the demon's voice. You see, I actually like you very much, though I doubt my way of expressing it will bring you much enjoyment. I'm afraid the demons you've met previously have given you the wrong impression about our kind. You may think we only want to poison and destroy, especially when it comes to crusaders and their leaders. But that's not what I am, or who I am. I am a different breed. I love everything that is new, unexplored, and untested, and I'm quite positive that if I get enough of your blood and tissue, I can create something new and unique from them. Angels, for example, make excellent fuel for our machines. What uses could be found for such an unusual mortal? So, are you going to attack me, or... You should have stayed out of my way, demon. Yes, let's get started, shall we? He turns around. Servants, you don't have to take this specimen alive, I just need the body. Okay, unfortunately we are not fully prepared for this. So we can do that. Don't believe there's anything we can do while we wait. Except move, maybe? Yeah, take a step back here. We can turn this on too, I guess. We're gonna take a risk here. Pretty good damage right off the bat.
The spirits demand your blood.
Good. Alright, Ninio. Hit him with one of these. Right there.
You are beyond redemption.
Okay. Who's this guy? Oh, that's that guy. Hit him. Dead. 20,000 damage. Whew. Yeah, he was in no danger, was he?
I will see to your demise.
Let's go and rage.
Run them through.
Okay. Finish them off.
You are today's sacrifice.
Good. Alright, we need to get your charge in here. Pretty good damage from him, really.
I'll rip you apart.
Take care of him.
Precision and grace.
There we go. The Echo of Discari. A monstrous shadow appears somewhere at the edge of your vision. It does not seem to be in a hurry to approach, and keeps its distance as it begins to speak. The shadow's voice is very strange. It is constantly shifting. One moment it sounds young and melodious, and the next it rasps and rattles with age. However, despite the different intonations, the voice has a stern, ominous quality that never changes.
I heard your toy soldier crusaders had taken over the Midnight Vein and the rift located there. But I never thought you'd have the nerve to descend into the abyss. I assumed you'd block the underground passages, put guards out by the rubble, and sit there, shaking, waiting for someone to attack you again.
Thank you for being voiced. My my voice is getting tired.
I know that fiend. Champion, this is the Echo of Discari, the avatar of our arch enemy. This is a mighty, cunning, and vengeful opponent. He cannot see or hear me, but he will pounce if he knows I am here. He hates everything related to Iomedae. Be cautious.
The Herald of Iomedae's voice trembles with rage. I know who you are, the Echo of Discari.
You come from the land of Iomedae's servants. And Iomedae's servants know me, for I have killed many of them.
Yeah, I admit that's kind of cool. Not that he's killing people, just this conversation. What do you want from me?
It may surprise you, but nothing. You overestimate your importance, mortal. You probably think your victories in Dresden and the Midnight Fane have dealt us a fatal blow, don't you? But my lord's hordes are endless, and there are other rifts in the wound that will serve our purpose when the hour comes. So no, I did not come here for you, mortal.
So, after being defeated in Canabras, Dresden, and the Midnight Bane, you no longer think those places are significant. How convenient. You're right, the Midnight Bane and Dresden were inconsequential. Just wait until I get started with you. If you don't want anything from me, why are you here? I'm gonna go with number 2. I like that one.
Your words are nothing more than empty bravado. Last time, it took the power of your god Erodin to stop us, but now he's dead, and the power that mortals currently possess is nothing compared to the power he wielded. I was looking for Mutasafin. I need to speak with him. I stumbled upon you by accident.
And why do you need Mutasafin?
Do I really need to answer that? Well, I suppose there's no harm. Mutasafin is clever enough to work with Nahindrian crystals, and he is a demon. We can finally stop using former mortals like Xanther and Arilu as servants. I had a task for him. It's unfortunate that you interfered with my plans, but that's all right. They will soon come to pass anyway.
The Echo's voice trembles with anger and contempt.
The paths of evil can be a strange labyrinth. They are not always rational or straightforward. The Echo of Discari himself could have been considered mortal. After all, the Demon Lord molded him from the souls of many mortal followers. Yet despite his origins, he still despises Xanther and Arilu.
What a shame. I killed the demon you're looking for.
No, you did not. Mutasafin can't be killed, at least not by conventional methods. He's probably groveling at Hepzimira's feet by now, begging her not to punish him for wasting a few demons on such a stupid escapade. She will not be happy about that. Oh no, she most certainly will not.
If you don't want to fight, then you can go your way, and I'll go mine. I'm gonna attack him. I don't want to say this, though. You go your way, I go mine.
Begone, and hope we do not meet again. You will still perish in the abyss, but death by my hand will be far, far more painful than any other possible demise you might suffer here.
Later. The abyss is full of hideous creatures, but you have just met one of the worst. The Echo of Discari is an old enemy of mine. He is both vile and cunning. I wish I could comprehend his dark machinations, but I do not understand why he has revealed himself to us in this way. It seems unlikely that he would come here just to gloat. Danger falls silent, lost in thought. Alright. What kind of loot we got? Oh, we don't have a body for him. I guess he's not dead. Okay, guys, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. Here on our first steps into the Middle City. Already being attacked. So yeah, in the next episode we'll explore the Middle City and see what's going on. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you later.